Hello, good morning, everyone. So, this is my thought this morning. I felt I should come and put it down on the internet. I'm really, really angry. Um, the idea just struck me. It has been on my mind for a very long time, but I have not had the courage to come and talk about it. But I think I should do it because if I don't do it, maybe I'm going to die. I'm not going to be able to say it anymore. But I'm saying it today so that posterity will it will for the records. Now we have all agreed that Nigeria uh, is passing through a lot of challenges. Nigeria's problems are so enormous. We have all agreed that Nigeria is in a dying state, is in a dying need of change. Some people believe that God that is only God that will save us. Some people believe that this government can save us. Some people believe that it's only a total departure from the normal way of doing things that can salvage the situation. And that is what I believe. And that is what I call revolution. Revolution does not necessarily mean we burning tires, closing down people's shops, killing people, and destroying public properties. That is not the kind of revolution we are advocating for. That is not the kind of revolution that Moyole Sowore was fighting for. Revolution means total departure from the way we have been doing things, total departure from looting our public wealth, total departure from doing things the way we are doing things presently. That is what the revolution is all about, and that is what we are fighting for. But this revolution cannot happen anymore right now because the youths of this generation are scared. They have been bastardized. They have been pushed to a corner that they cannot think. All they think about is how they can eat. That is what the youth of this generation have been reduced to. So when we hear other countries fighting and demanding, they've eaten enough and they are okay and they can think. Our youth cannot think anymore. So sadly, the few persons that are standing and demanding for the revolution to happen have been arrested. The state and the government have put fear in them, and of which that is why a lot of people are quiet since Omoyele Sowore have been detained. The government of the day have refused to grant him bail. And I trust Omoyele Sowore will not take any stupid bail, any stupid bail condition. But then, what next? We cannot go and sit down and be waiting for 2023. When 2023 comes, what happens? Probably Bola Ahmed Tinubu will win the election using this method they are using to do elections. And the circle of impunity continues. The circle of cabalism continues. So, but we cannot continue like this. So, I'm advocating for a total change of the way we are doing things. And how can this be done? This can be done through revolution. And revolution can be achieved when a people come together and speak with one voice to demand for whatever they want. Now, this cannot be done by our generation, by my generation of people anymore. It's a fact that the youths cannot demand for this. That is why I'm calling on the generation. There was a generation that saw in Nigeria that enjoyed $1 equals to 1 naira. Hell, £1 equal to 1 naira. There was a generation that saw that happen. There was a generation that enjoyed free trade ride. There was a generation that the government gave chicken and full chicken and fried rice in the university. There was a generation that when they graduated from school, jobs were waiting for them. There was a generation that saw that our educational system was top-notch, that people from outside Africa came to study in Nigeria. There was a generation that saw that other countries were modeling our judicial system. There was a generation that saw that Nigeria as a country was held to high esteem. There was a generation that experienced the real giant of Africa. That generation is the generation I'm talking to right now. This is not our problem alone. This is all our problems. This is a problem that if you die without solving, it's going to rub on you, it's going to rub on me, it's going to rub on your children, it's going to rub on your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren. It will be, even on Judgment Day, God will ask you, what did you do? The fact that you failed, I will call it a failure because you failed, you allow wolf in sheep clothing to climb into position of authority without demanding for good governance. You allow those people to climb to a position of authority without asking questions. Now they are there, they have entrenched, they have amassed so much wealth, so much power. We are all suffering it. I've seen many of our pensioners, old people, begging the government to give them their money. Is that supposed to be so? They beg your mates, and if the thing is that you have nothing to lose because you are already close to the grave. It is better we die on our feet than to die, than to live forever on our knees. The best time to have fought for a better Nigeria was yesterday. The next best time to fight for a better Nigeria is now. You cannot leave this fight for the youth of the generation. We cannot do it alone. That is why I'm charged. This message is for you. If you are 55 years and above, if you are 60 years and above, or 55, if you feel you enjoyed all those things that I mentioned, then you are falling into this category. You fail to fight or install good leaders that would have continued in this path of greatness of Nigeria. That is why we are suffering all this now. So you are also responsible to demand right now, along with the younger generation. We cannot leave the fight for this younger generation because first and foremost, we do not even know what good governance is all about. I've never experienced good governance in my life. For the past 30 years that I've been living, I've never experienced good governance. You have experienced good governance. You allowed these people to climb to position of authority. You allowed the rot and the decay to continue. So it's also your responsibility and mine, not just me alone, to demand and fight. We need to hit the streets. You need to lead the charge. You cannot leave this fight for us. When you lead, we will follow. When you lead, we will follow. So, my father, my grandfathers, my mothers, and my grandmothers, if you die without doing this, it's going to be very sad. But if you die even in this, your name will be written in the history books. Even your name will be sung in heaven. It is easy for the police and the state and the government to shoot at young people when they gather to protest. But it will be difficult for them to shoot at you with your walking stick and your gray hair, demanding for justice and good governance. And even if they are stupid enough to shoot at you and kill you, it is better you die fighting for what is just than to go and sit at home and be begging for your pension, or waiting to die, or waiting for Nigeria to better, or going to church to pray for Nigeria to better. Faith without work is dead. The Israelites did not just pray. They fought and they walked and they prayed. We have prayed enough. Now is the time, you old people. I'm begging you, don't leave this fight for us. Don't die leaving this country like this. I beg you in the name of God. It is a responsibility that God has told me to tell you. It is your responsibility to fuse together with the youth to demand for our liberation in this country. And as you do this, God will bless you. Think about it. This is my thought. And I know it's not ordinary. It doesn't, my thought, I don't just get ideas and talk. It is inspired by God for me to post this message. And I believe it makes sense that those who were part of the problem should be part of the solution. Thank you.